What's up guys, I'm back here at the 2025 New York Auto Show. Today I'm here with the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade. This is the fully loaded calligraphy trim. Hyundai just unveiled this here for the US market here yesterday, so let's take a close look. All right, so underneath the hood, here's what we know so far. A new 3.5 liter V6 putting out 287 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, and this has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Don't have fuel economy or 0 to 60 times yet, but this does have all-wheel drive, and this can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Now, please do keep in mind for this video, this car is in accessory mode, so I can't fully turn it on or turn on all the lights to show you everything. So everything I can show you, I'm going to right now. The existing Palisade was already very upscale, but now I think they've taken it to a whole new level. For one, overall design theme looks very Range Rover-like, and here's what I mean. First, the all-new front grille. You can see how kind of intricate and busy it looks. This looks very Range Rover. Also, this back portion and on this calligraphy, how we have this silver trim up here at the top that creates this kind of two-tone look. This almost looks like a cross between a Range Rover, a Cullinan, and like a GLS Maybach. They've made the overall silhouette a bit boxier, a bit more muscular. Back to the front end, we have these huge LED daytime running lights that also double as the turn signal. Okay, here's the turn signals. You can see not only are they huge, they're super bright. There's absolutely no way you can miss this on the road. The lighting continues here on the grille. We have a cool little LED light strip there integrated right into the grille. The finish on the grille is like a brushed silver, kind of has a smoke tint to it. It's not really that bright. It does kind of have a dark finish. I do like it, looks very upscale. Dropping down, this is solid here and it's painted like a dark gray, but it still has some more silver accents kind of built into it. And then we have some flat silver trim going along the bottom of the grille, another bar there, and then down at the very bottom on the bumper too. I really like how muscular the hood looks, the way it kind of comes up here and it forms this U-shape going around. Over here on the A-pillar, they blacked it out to make it look like the roofline is floating. Here on the mirror caps, they're paint matched with gloss black on the bottom. Integrated LED turn signals, they are power folding. We have a new design 21-inch wheel. This is on 265/45 tires, Kumo Majesty X Solus. It's a two-tone colorway on the wheel, aluminum alloy with a kind of shark gray insert. And if we look inside, you can see the carpeting inside the wheel well. That helps with sound deadening. The outgoing Palisade was already a very quiet vehicle, so I expect this one to be even better. And they kept that floating greenhouse design going all the way back to that silver trim. So we have the silver trim here in the back. It continues along the top of the window trim, and then we have the roof rails up top. This has slightly more of a glossy finish. It's more like a painted surface, but it's not shiny chrome, so I do think it looks better than shiny chrome. We don't really have any of that on here, but it looks extremely elegant without being gaudy. We have more flat silver trim going down along the bottom and then into the back of the bumper as well. We have this amber integrated light here on the reflector, very muscular belt line that comes from the bottom of the hood. Kind of extends all the way across into the back. And now let's check out the new rear end. Just like those huge headlights we have in the front, we have these huge tail lights that kind of mirror it, have the same design. And then we have these LED turn signals. Also, that's a really big turn signal, just like the front. There's no way in hell you could possibly miss that. We have Palisade spelled across the back, similar to the outgoing model. Another flat silver trim piece at the bottom of the tailgate. Dropping down, you can see we have 4 parking sensors, 2 pretty big integrated reflectors, and then these are the reverse lights down here at the very bottom. I always say this, but I don't think that's a good place to put that. Not always visible to everyone. We have a tiny bit of gloss black at the bottom of the bumper. Now this does have a kick to open feature, but it is disabled. Up at the top, this whole thing is the third brake light. It's absolutely massive, also super bright. Common theme going on here with the lighting. This also has a rear wiper that they nicely tucked underneath this little decklet spoiler to just clean up the back end, keep it looking real nice and uncluttered. And now heading back into the cargo area. No official numbers yet on any kind of cargo space, but we can still take a look and see what we have back here. So off to the left side, we have a 12-volt outlet, and you can see we have a whole bunch of different controls here to electronically drop and raise the second row and third row seats. A lot of times you can electronically fold back and forth the third row but then in the second row, you can only drop them and not bring them back up. Here, you can do all of it. So those go down one touch. This button here switches between the second row and third row. Underneath the floor, we have a good amount of additional storage there. And now let's head into the interior. All right. So right off the bat, this new door panel here is like all one piece. It's really soft. It has some stitching on it. You can see the ambient lighting glowing on the inside of this grab handle here. This armrest made of leather, nice and soft, nice two-tone colorway. We have this white with this, it's not exactly black, it's like a dark gray. You gotta be careful with the dirt. As you can see, the white gets pretty dirty pretty fast, so you gotta keep up with that to keep it looking good. You can see we have the controls for our power folding mirrors. We have automatic up-down for all 4 windows, and we have 2 memory settings for the driver. Bottle holder down at the bottom. It's not a huge storage pocket, but I guess good enough. And down here we have Palisade spelled out. This is an aluminum door sill. Yep, that's cold to the touch. That's definitely metal. Now let's check out these seats. Incredibly soft leather. Feels super nice. Fully perforated seating surface. Of course, heated and ventilated. We have calligraphy embossed nicely right into the headrest. We have these little silver accents on the seat. And now check this out. This button down here, press and hold it. You can see the seat slides forward, goes down back, and then a recliner pops out at the bottom, so you can just go full relaxation mode. And remember, this is a Hyundai, technically, you know, not a real luxury car. Oh, I love that. The steering wheel has a nice clean design. It's similar to the one on the new Santa Fe that came out last year. Another reason I say this looks a lot like a Range Rover is because this looks like a wheel straight up out of a Range Rover. Looks just like it. We have this faux brushed aluminum down at the bottom. Obviously, it's not real metal, but looks pretty convincing. As you can see, the two-tone colorway continues, the dark gray with the white on the steering wheel. Same thing along the top of the dash. The dash is one nice big piece, looks nice and clean. We do have a head-up display up there. Now over here on this part, we do have this simulated wood grain right here that it's textured and actually feels pretty believable. This up here is a cheap material. It looks kind of like this here on the door, which is soft, but not the case for up there. This piece here on the lower dash, it's a soft texture on top, but it is still pretty hard. Now, these controls right here also have like a brushed aluminum look, but again, of course, you're not gonna find real wood and metal inside of a Hyundai. But like I said, they do a very good job at making it look believable. We have dedicated AC controls down here, which I can't turn on, unfortunately. We still have the signature Hyundai Kia shortcut buttons, makes navigating between the different functions very easy. We have an all-new curved infotainment and digital gauge cluster screen, 2-in-1. Looks really nice, and I like how it's set a little bit lower so it's not right there in your face while you're driving. Down here, we have a pretty big storage area. You can, ladies can put their purses, or men, we don't discriminate. We have a 12-volt outlet down here. Over here, we have 3 USB-C ports. This does have the UV cleaner, just like the Santa Fe does. We have a wireless charger here, 2 cup holders. Inside the center console, open it up. It's a decent size. It's not huge, but it's decent. Let's go inside inside the glove box. It's a pretty standard size glove box. Can't complain about it. Then we have another little storage nook right there. Looking up above, just like the outgoing calligraphy model, a nice suede headliner. This one feels even softer than the last one. And that suede, it continues over on the visor, and it goes all the way back into the cargo area. And the old push button transmission selector from the outgoing Palisade is gone. Now we have this one here, similar to like the one on the Ioniq 5 and some of the other newer Hyundais. It's like a second stalk that sticks out from the steering wheel. Your engine start button is on there, which is an interesting place to put it. I probably would have put it somewhere else. All right, let's head into the second row. I have the driver's seat adjusted for myself in my driving position. I'm 6 feet tall. And of course, as you can see on the side here, we have power adjustable seats for the second row too. Now, right now they're not working because the power's limited. But in the position I'm sitting right here, I have 3 or 4 inches of leg room. And let's see what we have in the second row. We have pockets behind each front seat, although material's a little hard on there, not gonna lie. Down here we have a full-sized home power outlet with a third prong. Down here we have a little storage drawer that is independent from the center console, so that's why it doesn't go down super deep in the center console, because there's another compartment underneath. And we have a USB-C port behind each front seat, and on the driver's seat we can use the controls to move the seat from the back. And I've always found it interesting that Hyundai does that, but I always say this just looks like a sibling fight waiting to happen. The material quality from the front row continues into the second row. We have the ambient lighting again inside the grab handle, the nice leather on the armrest, that really soft material there, and that same stitching from the front. Again, we do have manual sunshades here in the second row. Up above here in the roof, we have the controls for the second row heated and ventilated seats. And for the AC, we can control temperature, zone, you can have it on automatic, and fan speed. You do get 2 air vents in the second row. Now I'm back in the third row, and it's tight, but like I said, I can't adjust the seats, so I can't accurately gauge how good the legroom really is. It appears when I'm looking down here on the track that these seats are all the way back. So, I mean, sitting behind myself, I can just do it. My knees are like just touching the seat in front of me, but headroom isn't great. Right here below the sunroof, it comes down a bit. So headroom in the third row, not the best. And instead of a traditional panoramic roof, we have a split moon roof. So the one in the front opens, the one in the rear does not. This one opens more, but the power is cut off. I can't open it any more than what you see there. So that's gonna wrap up this first look at the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy. If you enjoyed this video, please share with a friend and subscribe. It'll really help the channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Let me know down in the comments what other vehicles you want to see on the channel next, and be sure to follow @Optical Automotive on TikTok and Instagram, and check out the page on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.